unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers started back in 1963 must be completed, and our youth in Africa are acutely aware of that. The leadership that is not awakening, the leadership that doesn't understand that imperialism no longer has room in Africa, neocolonialism no longer has room in Africa, colonization no longer has room in Africa, exploitation of Africa can no longer continue. A leader who doesn't understand that is a leader whose days are numbered. The African youth are not taking it anymore. The African youth are awakened. Their eyes are open, and they're saying, you either stand up and defend what belongs to us, or we will replace you, plain and simple. The unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers, the unfinished business that Kwame Nkrumah and many others started, it must be completed, it must be finished. You and I, we have a responsibility. Youth, make us accountable as your elders. Make your leadership accountable. If your leadership is not accountable, replace them.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my video. Thank you so much for the love and support, and greetings to my brothers and sisters all the way from Caribbean country. So guys, in today's video, I want us to watch this video from Dr. Arikana. Dr. Arikana, she's known very well for fighting for the rights of the black people. And also, she's sending this powerful and strong message to the African leaders and also to the Caribbean leader. So kindly guys watch this video, then I'll be back with more comments.
I like Nigeria, you know. Nigeria said when the US government increased their visa to $250 to get a visa to go to the United States, Nigeria said, no worries, you also have to pay $250 if your people want a visa. But turn around and go to Namibia, I was shocked. Namibians pay about $170 to get a visa to go to the United States, but Americans, when they go to Namibia, nothing, zero, not a penny. Just come. Now guys, let's have a serious conversation here. Who is stupid? Whose problem is it? We are the problem. What is leadership doing? Leadership is doing nothing. Leadership is voting on sheer stupidity. Stupidity that is causing us havoc. The same people who are abusing us, taking advantage of us, exploiting us, they are laughing at us because we are jokers. What are we doing in our parliaments? And that is why you see what's happening in Burkina Faso, what's happening in Niger, what's happening in Mali. The youth are saying, now we know. Now our eyes are open. Now we know who the real problem is. Yes, we know the enemy as the former colonizers. We know the enemy as the multinationals who are in our countries, siphoning as much as they can. Yes, we know the NGOs are nothing but wolf in sheep's clothing. Yes, we know some of the embassies are no good. They are there to make sure that the instability in our countries continue. We know all that. However, we also know that our leaders could stop it. So yes, it is that the youth are rising. The youth are saying, you leaders, if you do not do the right thing, we will replace you. So we need more Traores in Africa. What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. The youth of Africa are sick and tired of being sick and tired. The issues of the root must be addressed. World Bank must stop giving us frivolous loans. World Bank must treat Africa fairly. Ours is a simple ask. We are simply saying to the world, we demand Africa that can be treated fairly, an Africa that can be treated as equals on the world stage, an Africa that is free of racism, bigotry, and hate. Our ask is a simple one. Our position is of stating the facts. stating the truth, constants that do not change. We're simply asking that the world does unto us what they would want done unto them. Anybody that has an issue that Africa has taken is somebody who is under earth. We want a peaceful world. We want a world that is just. And that is all we are asking. That is all our children are asking. Our children are saying we're tired of watching our uranium power 2/3 of France while they call us a dark continent. Our children are saying we're sick and tired of seeing our mineral wealth fund Western education while we don't have quality education in Africa. Our children are saying we're sick and tired of seeing our natural resources fund healthcare in the Western world while we don't have access to that Western world. So it is the revolution that has been proclaimed, the revolution the likes of Kwame Nkrumah and others had hoped for. While it may have taken us years to get where we are, the unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers started back in 1963 must be completed, and our youth in Africa are acutely aware of that. The leadership that is not awakening, the leadership that doesn't understand that imperialism no longer has room in Africa, neocolonialism no longer has room in Africa, colonization no longer has room in Africa, exploitation of Africa can no longer continue. A leader who doesn't understand that is a leader whose days are numbered. The African youth are not taking it anymore. The African youth are awakened. Their eyes are open. And they're saying, you either stand up and defend what belongs to us, or we will replace you. Plain and simple. The unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers, the unfinished business that Kwame Nkrumah and many others started, it must be completed, it must be finished. You and I, we have a responsibility. Youth, make us accountable as your elders. Make your leadership accountable. If your leadership is not accountable, replace them. I thank you.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video from Dr. Arikana and you have seen how she's sending this warning message to the leaders from the Caribbean and also to the African leaders because of the Western. It doesn't want to leave our country. And also she has come out and say, why is it that here in Africa and also in the Caribbean we still have United States military, we still have the UK military, we still have the colonizers military bases in our country. Why do we still have these military bases, the foreigners military bases in our country? Are they protecting us, or are they protecting their people who are here in Africa or in the Caribbean? And also she has come out and say, why is it very easy for the white people to come, for the colonizers to come here in Africa? For them it is very, very easy for them to come here in Africa, but why is it very hard for the African people to go in their country? It is very hard for an African people to go in United States or UK or in Canada, and also the same way to the Caribbean. Also we have seen a lot of Caribbean people struggling to go in their country. We have seen the black people from Caribbean also, they are finding it difficult to go in United States, to go in Canada. So why is it very hard for us black people here in Africa or in the Caribbean? Very hard for us to go in United States, but for them it is very easy. And right now Dr. Arikana, she has come out and say we need to change also. If it is very difficult for us to go in their country, also we as black people, we should also make it difficult for them to come here in Africa, because we cannot allow for them to use us. This is like these people, they are using us. When they want to come in our country, they're just a finger of, it is very easy for them to come here in Africa. But for us, when we want to go in their country, we must pass through some procedures. They must ask us some question, why are you going? And because of that, it is very, very difficult for us black people to go in their country. And also you can see the flight from Africa to the United States, it is very expensive. But when you'll see for them, the flight from United States to here in Africa, for them it is very cheap. Why is it like that? So it is now the right time for our African leaders to come together and to make these changes. And also, guys, Dr. Arikana, she has come out and called the African leaders to stop selling out the country. Not only the African leaders, also the Caribbean leader to stop selling out the country. Because Dr. Arikana, she has come out and said that these people, they are now using our treasures thing in their museum. They have kept our treasures thing in their museum. And when we are going in United States or in the UK or in the colonizers' country, they are charging us to see what they took here in Africa, and that it is not right and that it is not good. And also majority of them, they usually say that we didn't steal this treasures thing in Africa or in the Caribbean. It is your leaders who sold it to us. And also Dr. Arikana, she is calling upon the leaders who are selling out the country, the leaders who are becoming puppets, the leaders who are being controlled from outside to stop being controlled, because revolution, it has started. The other day I was telling you that in Africa, revolution, it has started. In some of the African country, the youth, they are calling upon their leader to stop selling out the country, to stop involving in corruption. And also they are calling these leaders to work according to the will of the people. And also I've decided to come and share it with you. The reasons to why I usually share this video with the people from Caribbean and also my Jamaican family, it is also because majority of the black people in the Caribbean, they came from here in Africa, and this is the one of the reason also I want to share this video to my brothers and sisters from Jamaica, from Haiti, all over the Caribbean, to tell them that here in Africa, revolution, it has started. So we are calling upon the leaders who are betraying us to step down and stop betraying us black people. And also I want my fellow black people from the Caribbean also to follow the footsteps of what Africa it is doing. The black people, we are uniting. The African countries, we are uniting. We are removing the leaders who are being betraying us. Look, for example, you have seen that Dr. Arikana, she has said the example of Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso. We want to follow what he is doing. He is removing the colonizers from Burkina Faso. He is changing the system, and also she is calling upon the African leaders to follow the footsteps and also to support whatever Ibrahim Traore is doing, because the revolution, it has started. The change in Africa, it has started, and we need to remove all the colonizers thing here in Africa. Here in the black people's country, we need to remove the colonizers. And also these military bases, we want to remove them, because how comes these people, they are still having their military bases in some of the African country, in a black people nation? And also the other day I was telling you that these people, they have built here their bases, their military bases in Africa, in the Caribbean, they have their military bases. What about us African people or the Caribbean people? We don't have our military bases in the United States. The black people from Africa or in the Caribbean, they don't have any military bases in their country. And why is it very easy for them to come here in Africa and be able to build a military bases? We need to change that, because these people, they are maybe preparing, and us black people, we don't know what it is happening, because these people, they don't want to leave us. These people, they know they cannot do it without Africa. These people, they know they cannot do it without black people. These people, they depend so much to the black people. I once told you that the people who build United States, they are not the white people. The people who build United States, they are black Americans. And this is the reasons to why these people, they don't also want to leave black Americans. You have seen what black Americans they are going through in United States. Majority of them, they are being oppressed. They are going, majority of them, they are be given less opportunity. Majority of them, they are not, the white people, they are not consider them as the part of the United States. And majority of the black Americans, they are going through a lot in United States. And this is to tell you that these people, although they depend so much to the black people, but they don't want to leave black people. They still want to colonize and to ruin the black people. So Dr. Arikana, she is coming out and calling the change, that we must change. We should not allow these people to take over our African country. We should not allow these people to disrespect us. We should not allow these people to bring their military and these things and their things from their country to here in Africa. And also, we need to unite. Black people in the Caribbean, black Americans, and also African people. We need to unite. And also, I once told you that I want to see Africa, which it is borderless. I want to see Africa, it is being led by one president. I want to see African using its own currency. And also, I want to see African becoming borderless, because I once tell you that these people, they are the ones who divided our country. Here in Africa, these people, they are the ones who divided Africa. And also, these people, they are the ones who took our brothers and sisters from here in Africa to the Caribbean, to the United States. They are the ones who took our brother during slavery time here in Africa to Caribbean country, to United States. And also, these people, they came and teach these black people that you should not love your brothers and sisters. You should not support your fellow races. These people, they taught black people that the only race that you want to support, it is the white color or the yellow color. That it is the color that you need to support. And that's why it is very, very difficult to find that black people supporting their fellow black. Yeah, and that it is true. You cannot see the fellow black people supporting a fellow black race very easy. The black people, they will go to the Chinese or to the white store before going to the black store. And this is to tell you that these people, they have ruined, they have spoiled our mind as black people. So black people, we need to change. These black people, we should remove these colonizers thing that they came with. And also, these people, they are the ones who taught the black people that the Jesus is white. And up to today, we still have some black people believing that Jesus is white. So we need to spread this news to a lot of people. We need to educate our children. We need to start teaching our children about the black history. We need to educate more black people about the black history. Right now, it is the time we should abolish this white history. Because, guys, how comes these people, they came in Africa and be able to colonize us and change our mind and tell us not to love each other? And these people, they came here in Africa and divide Africa. And also, after them dividing Africa, they told us that you should not love your fellow black people. So I need to see changes. We need us black people to spread the good news. We need to unite so that we can conquer these other races. Because these people, they fear. These people, they don't want us black people to unite, because they know if we will unite, we will be having more power and will be developing than them. And this is the reasons to why they keep on pushing black people not to unite. This is the same reasons why they came here in Africa and took our brother from here in Africa to the Caribbean, to black Americans, so that they cannot easily unite with us here in Africa. So we need to see our brothers and sisters from Caribbean and black Americans uniting with Africa. I want to welcome my brothers and sisters from Caribbean to come here in Africa. My black Americans, I want to welcome you to come here in Africa, because revolution, it has started here in Africa. Soon Africa, it will become one nation. Soon Africa will be using one currency. Soon African, it will be borderless. You need no visa as a black person to come here in Africa. And also, we want to make it very affordable to the black people, so that they can come here in Africa very easy. I know these people, their country, it is very difficult for us black people to go, but for black to black people, I need to see it becomes very easy so that we can unite and come together. So kindly guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.